Hello, everybody. I am so excited to come back on and do another video. So I asked my friend Arianne from Carmel Mountain to come on and just talk with me a little bit because I'm fascinated with her approach to her school and all that she has in place there with outdoor classrooms, with Reggio. And we met a few years ago and I'm truly enthralled with everything. It is such a dream school. If you haven't seen it, go back, scroll down on the feed. I'll link the video in the comments for this one. We had so many friends and so many people reach out that are excited about the event she has. I had tons more questions for me. I wanted to hop back on and just have her answer the questions for you. So before we jump into that list of questions people have asked, could you just give us a quick overview of who you are and of your schools for the people who missed our last session?
I'm Arianne Bettazzi, and I'm owner of Carmel Mountain Preschool, located in San Diego, California. And we have been open since 1983. We have 22 indoor classrooms, 4 outdoor classrooms, and a couple hundred children enrolled. And we, over the last probably 10 to 15 years, have just changed our approach to preschool and have gone back and researched and followed quite a bit of different experts and education about what's best for children. And we've just spent the time changing our campus to reflect that. And so we're one of 2 outdoor demonstration sites in San Diego. And we're quite large as far as the amount of space that we occupy, but it's really cool. There's like an outdoor slide, an organic garden, an outdoor kitchen, a nature lab, a science lab, an art studio. So it's just a really special place for children to be.
That's amazing. I am always so impressed. If you haven't checked out their website, you will just click on that About tab and it's just scroll through all the things that are listed there, all the different, fascinating aspects you have. Several people reached out to me and were asking about your staff retention. So can you talk to me about that? So the outdoor classroom, the different approaches that you have in place, how have you seen that shift things for you? And what does that turnover look like for you when you have such a great process in place?
So in the preschool industry, our employee turnover oftentimes reflects the same employee turnover at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah.
So usually between like 45 to 60% or sometimes higher, which is huge and very impactful on not only children, but on the culture within your school. We have been doing things quite a bit differently. I don't know when it started. I think it was after reading a book by Simon Sinek.
Oh,
And I know.
love
And
him.
just talking about how costly employee turnover is not only to the organization, but to like the social and emotional well-being of the staff around you. And so we just started trying a lot of different things. I think some of the things that made the biggest difference have been bringing in conscious discipline as our social and emotional curriculum. I think that's been a huge change because it allows teachers to interact in a more positive manner from something that teachers call, and it's kind of a negative connotation, but teacher eaters. So children that have a hard time regulating and end up causing you to have a high turnover of teachers because the teachers cannot manage these children. So I think conscious discipline helps with that a lot. Another thing that we started doing probably maybe 8 years ago is we have an occupational therapist and a speech therapist that come once a week, and they come into the classrooms, they observe, they give our teachers an email that tells them things that they could do differently with these children. Because when teachers go to school and they get an early childhood education, that early child education oftentimes does not include any teaching on children that are on the spectrum or are in any way neurodivergent. If they have any kind of sensitivity issues, they're just not trained in that. And so the OT and the speech come to our school and do trainings. They put together emails to our staff as well as our admin. And they also put together emails to the families to help them. We strongly believe that early intervention is best. And so it also helps with that. So I think that's been a big thing. And then the other thing is, I don't even know how many years ago, but a group of teachers came to us and told us that they think that we need a group of teachers that help to make us make decisions. And that's called, at our school, it's called a core committee. In conscious discipline, it would be called a CDAT team. And what it is a group of teachers that represent each age group that you serve, or each group of teachers that you serve. And they meet with the admin and myself, and we meet once a month. And the meetings range somewhere between 2 and 4 or 5 hours. And we sit and bring up all the different issues we're having with staff, with families, with the running of the school. And we go over all of it and come up with solutions. And it's like a second tier of management, but that's made a huge difference in our culture. And that group of teachers are also mentors for our new teachers.
Yeah, that is the tried and true way.
Keith Cunningham, he's one of the smartest businessmen who offers trainings I've ever met. And he said to me, Arianne, you can never serve more people than you could serve a pizza to. So it's just not feasible to be in charge of more people than you can serve a pizza to, because you just can't keep those relationships. And so starting to reorganize your business in line with that just seems like it would be a lot more successful.
Absolutely. And you're then empowering or equipping them with some leadership skills too. So you're almost training up your next level, just in case. You never know what life's going to hold. So you have someone who's ready to move into a higher level position if someone was to resign on your top level. So
I have a different viewpoint on that.
Yeah.
I think that some of our teachers should be our top level. Like, there's teachers that will never be an admin, and they are better as teachers. And I believe that we should treat them that way, that to have a path where it works out that way.
Right. Something I see consistently, honestly, across the country, is we're training them on how to operate a school, how to do staffing and compliance and all of that, payments, like all of the operation side of things. And many fail, not everybody, but we don't train on leadership. We're not focusing in on how to actually lead people. So I love that. I love that you have that approach and that you're doing that. I want to go back to the occupational therapist and speech language pathologist. So how does that work? Is it going through parents' insurance that they're doing that? Is it just something you have worked out with these individual companies that they're serving all the children? Like, how can you break down what that process looks like if there's other schools who maybe want to bring someone local in their area on to do the same thing?
My younger son had a speech delay, a pretty serious speech delay. When I went to the pediatrician and I said, my kid's not talking, he's like, over 2, this is not normal. And she said, oh no, it's totally fine. It's normal for children not to talk till they're 3. I said, no, I work at a preschool. It's not normal. So I reached out to our local organization, which was the regional center. He had very significant delays in both speech and OT. So we were assigned to both the speech and OT. And at the same time, I'd been talking to a friend that had an autism center and asked her if she had anyone that she would recommend to come speak at the preschool. And as serendipitous as it was, the same person that she referred me to come speak at the preschool was exactly who my son was assigned to by the county organization. So her name is Erin Clarelli. So Erin helped me figure out how to structure it. This is the way we structure it, but you could do it a variety of ways. They come in as an outside consultant. So they have their own corporations and they come in for a couple hours and I private pay them for their amount. And they give very basic tools and stuff that we can use. And some of the children don't need anything past what the tools are that they're emailing our teachers and the parents. But the children that do need more, or we fill by taking an ASQSE. Are you familiar with the ASQSE? So
Yes.
we give ASQSEs, and if the parent and the teacher's ASQSE shows that this child is is significantly below where they should be developmentally, then we meet with the parents and we let them know that they need to either reach out to the county, or there's so many free resources and then we help them with that. So we tried to refer them to all the free resources that they can go through. Some of the parents don't want to deal with it because it's so difficult. So some of them will reach out to the organizations that come to our facility already and private pay them themselves. I've talked to people that hire people full time. I mean, we have 300 children and I don't feel like we need someone full time. We probably have them maybe 5-6 hours a week, and the teachers sign up in our staff room for different little groups of time, and the OT and the speech go and visit their classroom. Or if the admin sees something, or if a parent says like, hey, can you check this out? Then we just sign up those classes.
Okay.
So, if there's a child that doesn't really need further help yet, but may need to be checked in a couple months, and they have notes like, we're going to check back in on this classroom and check in on this child in a couple months. And the exciting thing is they are presenting at our April conference in conjunction with Community Playthings, who's rolling out a furniture line for neurodivergent children. And so it's going to be our speech therapist, our occupational therapist working with Community Playthings to explain how you can set up classrooms, how you can create this program at your school. So they will be able to like fully give you all the details and answer any questions about how to do it.
That is amazing. I love it. It's just wonderful. And I'm so glad you shared that, because that's very doable. That is something that I think most schools would be able, hopefully, to do, to reach out to whoever's in their area and get something started like that. So I love it.
Most OTs and speech therapists, like, first of all, you need to find some really good ones, because me going through the whole experience with my son, there were some that weren't good. So you really need to interact with them, make sure that they're in line with what your social and emotional curriculum is. Because sometimes we have families that are assigned to an OT or speech therapist, and they come and visit our school with their child with the parent's permission. And we have to ask them to leave because they do things that are not appropriate for us with children. And we'll have to call the parents and say, I'm so sorry, that OT is not allowed on our campus anymore because we're not okay with the way that they're interacting with your child on our campus. I would talk to a lot of people to find out who those really well-versed OT and speech are. And then if you have a smaller school, ask to private pay for 1 hour a week or 1 hour every 2 weeks. And it's so worth it. And the amount that your staff will learn from them is huge.
So for anyone listening who doesn't know my background, I'm a developmental psychologist. So my background is in neurocognitive development of children. And I have a feeling that right there, what you're saying, even just 1 hour a week could be a true secret weapon against the challenging behavior, because what we know from brain development is that early intervention matters. And the earlier you can get it, I'm talking even 2-year-olds, 1.5, like the earliest that you can get on top of some of these things when you start to see signs. Granted, teachers might not know, it depends on, their experience and what they've dealt with, but the earliest possible moment that you can get someone in working with a child, you're going to see in most children, you will see a faster uptake of the new skills and of the learning. And you can extinguish some of that really difficult behavior so much faster than waiting 1.5 to 2 years until now it's become their autopilot, their just way of responding. But also when you think of that gift you're giving to the family, because what you're doing, yes, they're going to have better behavior in the school for your teachers. It's going to make life more calm and more peaceful in the classroom, but that child now is going to be different at home. Most of our parents are working, so they're balancing work life, all the career demands. It's just hard to balance it all. So to gift them a more regulated child that's coming home, that's legacy. That's amazing. I am so impressed that you're doing that. So you mentioned neurodivergent. I can't wait to see everything that Community Playthings has. And I want to talk to people about not even necessarily a child who's diagnosed already, because a lot of times they're not diagnosed when they're in our centers. We're just seeing some differences. And I don't know what will come in several years, but we have this whole generation of COVID children who were toddlers when COVID happened, and now they're kindergartners. And no, they don't all have these diagnoses. I'm not trying to make any mass claims about that, but some of them were just different. In development, we have these critical, sensitive periods of development. And I noticed, when everything opened back up, they're back in the centers, that parallel period of play was almost more extended now into 3-year-olds. And so they were just a little different. The COVID had an effect. And so it's not just COVID, though. It's the amount of screen time that kids are having at home and what that's doing to brain wiring. So even if we don't have necessarily a neurodivergent diagnosis, we do have a larger number of children who are just showing up differently than we had before. So there's a larger number, and there's stats on this, of children with developmental delays. Maybe it's proprioceptive, maybe it's sensory, or there's so many things happening, but they're just more difficult and challenging. So talk to me about how the outdoor classrooms, how does that help with these children who may have more going on than a developmentally typical child would?
The environment of the children that we're serving is different. And you have to think, for a certain amount of time, depending on what state you're in, these children that from 0 to 5, they're learning to read our emotions and figure out everything social and emotional from our faces, but they didn't get to see our faces. So now we're expecting them to be able to read our emotions and to read social situations, but they missed that very important time where they needed to learn that because they didn't see faces. And so figuring out how to amend that, conscious discipline stuff is not aesthetically pleasing. They're the bright colors and not the very, like, it's not my aesthetic, and I wish we could make it look so much more beautiful. But I think that baby doll circle time and the feeling buddies are two of the ways that can really help those children that missed those very important years of learning how to gauge social and emotional environments and experiences and how to interact with humans. So it's hard to go from parallel play to regular play if you don't know when your friend's going to upset at you because you're not sure how to read their face. You're seeing a lot of children that are just like straight up running into each other. Like they don't know where their body ends and where someone else starts.
Right.
And so outdoor play helps with that a lot. Big body movement, allowing kids to play on crash pads. One of our teachers does wrestling because her children in her class needed it. So it's like very specific rules. You have to follow these rules to play. And it is safe wrestling for these children.
I had not heard of that. So what age group?
That's age 4.
That's what I was thinking.
So, I mean, this teacher is phenomenal. She's been with us for a long time. She's like Mr. Rogers, but a female version. She's so creative, but she puts a trampoline in her classroom for the children that need it. And she's very into crash pads. We are in crash pads too. I highly recommend having crash pads on all of your playgrounds.
Can you describe that for people who aren't familiar? Tell them what a crash pad is.
So I hope Community Playthings hears this because I keep trying to talk them into making an attractive one because the crash pads are so hideous that we have to buy on Amazon, and Community Playthings don't offer them. But it is a big, massive, probably 5 feet by 5 foot foam pad. And for some reason, they only come in bright blue. No idea why. And the children use it to jump off a play structure, or they'll build like an obstacle course and have the crash pad that they can jump off to on the end. Or we sometimes use them for if that teacher is doing a wrestling match with the children. But I saw that the Angie Play people are also have crash pads on their website, but I reached out to them like, can you please get them in neutral colors?
You know what? If Community Playthings is listening, I think you need your own line. You need your own line of furniture and of all of these fantastic things that you've had to pull together.
Community Playthings have these amazing Outlast blocks. So if you guys haven't seen them, check them out. They come in this huge shed, and Community Playthings, the children take the crates from Community Playthings and the Outlast blocks, and they build these incredible obstacle courses. The blocks come with these planks. And in order for them to really do some really cool stuff, we need Community Playthings to build the planks twice as wide, and some of them longer.
Longer.
So we wouldn't, yeah. So we wouldn't need to buy new products from Angie Play. Everyone that already has Community Playthings, they would all fit together, and all of a sudden they would be able to build these incredible obstacle courses. And with obstacle courses, the teachers make sure that they're stable before the children are able to go off of them with the children's help. So there's different things that you do. It's not like laissez-faire, like you guys go build your obstacle course and like whatever happens, happens. It's very engaged teachers that are sitting there with the obstacle course building, checking out with the children like, Jen, can you check to see, how's that feeling right there? Is that kind of safe, or is it a little more topply? Is that going to go over? And so they work with the children to help them figure out how to gauge the safetiness of it before they're going on it. Yeah. But they're pretty cool structures that these children are creating. And I think they could create so much cooler structures once Community Playthings adds those longer and twice as wide planks.
Yeah, I completely agree. In your line of furniture. So let's talk about your event before we go, because I know there's a lot of buzz around it, and I'm so excited. I'm trying to find a way to go myself. There's a discount now also. So for those who didn't hear our first session, I know it's 3 days, but you can go, just 1 day, 2 days. Tell them everything.
It is April 16th and 17th and 18th. April 16th is a very, very small amount of people. It's just for those people that really want to sit and pick the brain of one of my employees, either the admin or social media or the outdoor classroom, and they'll be able to sit and shadow them. But that's for a very small group of people. And then on Friday is when Community Plaything shows up. Everyone's going to be able to observe what it looks like with children there. So that's also a smaller group than Saturday. And that is so you can see exactly how it looks to be in our art studio or our tinkering lab or our nature and science lab or our garden or our kitchen. And so that's for the people that really need to see what it's going to look like. And then also we're going to have a presentation on how we can change our environments that are better for both the students and for our teachers to facilitate the increase in neurodivergent children and just the different things that we're seeing in the population. And then on Saturday, it's going to be small groups, and you get to choose the ones that you're most interested in based on if you're an outdoor classroom, a teacher, an admin, or owner. And you will go around the school and learn the different things that have helped us be successful in our outdoor classroom and having art outside and lowering our employee retention, what we're doing for marketing. So there's like a whole bunch of different subjects, and you'll get to choose the things that you want to go to. And that's on Saturday. And we have a promotion code that runs through March 20th. I don't know whether or not we're going to do this again. We're doing it because our friends have asked us to do it. We're only doing it because it benefits preschooler teachers and preschoolers around.
Yeah, you're doing it for the good. You're not out here just trying to make money off of it. You're just sharing your knowledge, which I totally admire so much.
So I don't know if we'll end up doing it again, but right now there's a promotion code that if you buy your tickets by March 20th, it's on Eventbrite because this is not what we do for a living. So we realize Eventbrite's going to be better on doing that. If you don't want to pay the Eventbrite fees, you can reach out to our preschool, either at info@carmelmountainpreschool.com or go on our website or call our preschool, and they can send you a registration form and you can just mail a check.
Yeah, that's great. And then for that code, they don't actually need a code. It's already embedded into the link when they pay. And I'll put the link in our comments whenever we post this video too.
our website has a lot of details like where to stay and places to eat. I'm a little bit of a foodie.
I am too. If I come, we're eating, and we're eating good food. And it's not that when I say if I come, I'm trying everything I can to clear my schedule to be here because I so strongly believe in what you're doing. And you mentioned, I wrote down, you have some people coming from Minnesota, Virginia, Utah, DC, South Africa. So people are coming from all over. And if it sounds like a shameless plug for her event, it is, because I just strongly believe that you've got the right stuff in place and the proof is there. This works. You're seeing it. It gives more peace for you have calm classrooms, more peace for your teachers. You're equipping them so well with so many different strategies and tools. I want the world to know, and I want people to go and learn from you so that this can spread like wildfire across our industry, because it's all about the kids. And like I said, early intervention really, really matters. And everything you are doing are setting these kids up for that strong academic foundation they need when they start kindergarten. So it's amazing. So I'm so happy to help you spread the word. Go to the link we're going to share so you can check out the event, check out the schools. I'm also going to share some videos from the school so you can see things in action to get a better idea of what this looks like with kids in the real world. So before we go, do you have anything else you want to share?
Thank you for having me, Teri. I hope that you all are able to come in April. Hope to see you all in San Diego. Oh, I also have to let you know that the weather in San Diego is significantly better than the rest of the United States. I heard the rest of the US has been having a really hard time. It's been 77 and sunny for like 2 months.
Florida, I would like to point out I'm wearing long sleeves. I have long pants on. I had a jacket and a beanie. We got down to 44 degrees. I don't know how to handle that. So even Florida we are all freezing. And so, yes, you win with the weather. We're ready to fly out to you. So
leave the snow and the ice and come out to San Diego for a couple days and enjoy the ocean. And it's just a beautiful place to be.
Yeah. Well, thank you, everybody. We know you're all so busy, so we'll go ahead and wrap this up, but I hope you will consider coming. If you're not able to join, at least check out some of the videos I'm going to share, go to the website, and I hope that you will embrace well, it's not new, but this approach, because it makes all the difference. So thank you for your time.